Chris Foster, Fox News. President Trump says he's had a great, productive meeting with New York Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani at the White House.
We want this city of ours that we love to do very well.
I appreciated the meeting with the president, and as he said, it was a productive meeting focused on a place of shared admiration and love, which is New York City, and the need to deliver affordability to New Yorkers, the 8.5 million people who call our city their home, who are struggling to afford life in the most expensive city in the United States of America.
And President Trump says he thinks Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist, is going to surprise some conservatives. The president also says Ukraine's President Zelensky is going to have to like his proposed plan for peace with Russia.
The U.S. would recognize swaths of eastern Ukraine as Russian territory as part of a 28-point peace plan backed by President Trump.
We gave Ukraine the best military equipment anywhere in the world. Nobody makes, and we gave them a lot of it.
The president telling the Brian Kilmeade show on Fox News Radio he'd like an answer from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky by Thanksgiving. Zelensky spoke today with Vice President J.D. Vance. The proposal would provide security guarantees for Ukraine, including a NATO-like model, committing allies to help defend Ukraine in a future attack.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Florida sheriff's deputy is shot and killed. Another deputy, a locksmith, and the suspect are wounded.
A man facing eviction in Vero Beach, Florida, began shooting at deputies who came to serve him notice, killing 47-year-old Terry Mashkow. She was with the Indian River County Sheriff's Office for longer than 25 years. The shooter, 37-year-old Michael Halberstam, was taken to the hospital with critical injuries.
Fox's Evan Brown. 215 schoolgirls and 12 teachers are reported kidnapped by gunmen from a Catholic boarding school in western Nigeria. A statement says a security staffer was shot and badly wounded. America's listening to Fox News.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says he's been told Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell will refuse to answer questions for the committee's Epstein investigation. She had demanded immunity from further prosecution and getting the questions in advance. Comer's also sent a letter to Bill and Hillary Clinton saying they must appear for their depositions in person. A Democrat in a special election in Tennessee for a House seat once said she hated the biggest city she'd represent and now defends what she said.
State Representative Afton Bain told Grits on the Tennessee Holler Podcast Network 5 years ago that she was heavily involved in the Nashville mayor's race.
It's because I hate the city, I hate the bachelorettes, I hate the pedal taverns, I hate country music.
But then said in a video Thursday she's being accused of not liking the city because they're close to winning this race, that it's a new Republican narrative, saying from her car that she just wants Nashville to be better for working families.
Sure, I get mad at the bachelorettes sometimes. I get mad at the pedal taverns, right? And you're talking to someone who has cried no less than 10 times in the Country Music Hall of Fame. The girl that just goes to the Ryman to hang out.
Bain is facing Republican Matt Van Epps in the special election December 2nd. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Israel's prime minister holds a meeting about Israeli settler violence against Palestinians in the West Bank.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meeting with his cabinet as violence surges in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. This amid allegations of Israeli settlers hurling rocks toward Palestinian vehicles. At the meeting, the prime minister reportedly entertained proposals, including getting violent settlers to attend educational programs. He's called the perpetrators a handful of extremists and urged law enforcement to pursue them for the attempt to take the law into their own hands. But rights groups and Palestinians say the attacks have become a daily phenomenon across the territory. Lillian Wu, Fox News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 493 points, the Nasdaq up 289, the S&P 500 up 84. I'm Chris Foster. This is Fox News.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
At The Drive 935, give us a follow there. Also, if you follow us on our socials, you will see the glorious David Mirkovic tattoo. David Mirkovic tattoo on his right thigh of the Ghostface parody from the Scary Movies.
Yo.
Hello, Shorty. What are you doing?
And when I say scary, I mean the Wayans Brothers comedy Scary Movie. Doing the Wada from 25 years ago.
Are you all alone? What's up?
I might need to watch that movie.
Was David? He wasn't even alive then when that movie came out, right?
I would highly doubt it.
What's up? What's up? Yo, Duque!
Yeah, it's one of the greatest pictures I've ever seen. It's fantastic.
Hey, no, 100% it came out in 2000.
Yeah, was it 25 years ago they did What's Up in the Wayans Brothers Scary Movie.
Yo.
What's up?
And he's got the tattoo of Ghostface holding the phone, tongue out, on his right thigh. It's the greatest. I mean,
that movie is incredible.
True.
True dog. ESPN Radio 93.5. It is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. And, David Mirkovic got the Scary Movie tattoo on his right thigh. Maybe we can ask Joey Wagner about that in about 20 minutes.
I didn't know David knew ball like that. That's crazy.
What a random thing to discover. And at least it put a smile on my face, and hopefully yours as well, coming out of the Illini's tough loss at the United Center on Wednesday night. Back home tomorrow to take on Long Island University. We'll definitely talk with Joey Wagner about that. Joey going to join us right around 3:25 from Illini Inquirer.
Yup.
And, Joey's covering everything, so we'll talk with him about Illini basketball and football. And the Panthers on the road, or the Panthers, the Illini on the road up to Camp Randall on Saturday, the Bielema Bowl. I mentioned the Panthers because we're going to talk with EIU play-by-play man, longtime play-by-play man, Mike Brad. And the Panthers are down south taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide this weekend. So hello indeed. But
there's a paycheck.
Yeah, that's a paycheck. We're also going to talk with Tony Reitz. He's the head coach of the Tolono Unity Rockets. We'll talk with him.
Big game this weekend.
4:25. Yep, they're practicing right now. Well, not exactly right this minute. Maybe they are. Hell,
I bet
don't
they
know.
are.
I bet they are practicing right now. And of course, Tolono Unity playing St. Joe Ogden in the IHSA playoffs. One of those two teams is going to be playing for a state championship. So how about that? So lots of stuff to get to. Of course, we'll do our Friday toast and predictions for all things Illini. And the real quick note, the Bears injury report came out.
Oh, boy.
You can find the Chicago Bears on our sister station, Q96, and the Bears are going to be without all three starting linebackers on Sunday. They're all out.
The Bears give and they taketh away.
Yeah.
Because you get some guys back this weekend.
Right. Jalen Johnson is available to play.
Yeah.
Is Brisker back one way or the other?
I think Brisker is back. The one that I was waiting to see and looking is if Kyler Gordon and Tyreek Stevenson were going to be back. I think I saw that they were both questionable, which a pretty good chance that they will be playing. But, yeah, Noah Sewell, TJ Edwards.
Tremaine Edmonds. All out.
So I think I'm actually leaving today when this show is done. I'm driving up north.
Are you playing?
Suit up.
You're playing? Okay, cool.
Yeah, they put something out on Craigslist. They're like, hey, we need some linebackers. And I'm gonna show up, see what's up.
Craigslist Christmas, yeah, I've seen that. Hey, looking for some extra cash this holiday season? Come to Lake Forest, be a Chicago Bear.
Maybe we can put this Brian Urlacher bobblehead that I got on the desk here and just go set him out there and just see what happens. I mean, it can't be any worse.
Can't be any worse. No,
gosh.
Yeah, I don't remember a time when all three players that were starting linebackers for the Bears were all out at the same time for the same game. Like, yeesh, as a wise man once said.
Yeah, I'm going deep into the depth chart here to even try and figure out. It looks like you got here you go. You got Ruben Hippolyte
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because he's back.
Yeah. Who could forget Ruben?
Oh, and my favorite name on the team, Amen. Ogbong Bamiga.
Yep, that was my nickname in high school, too.
He's back off the injury report, so he'll be there, and looks like DeMarco Jackson.
Okay.
Do you know him?
Sounds like a football player name to me. But no, I don't. That's where you're kind of at. There was issues about depth for this Bears defense anyways. And, boy, they're getting hit at a really tough time. But everybody's got injuries right now in the NFL, so you can't really use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
It's just wild to get a couple of key pieces in the secondary back just in time to lose all three starting linebackers. And
well, DeMarco Jackson, he comes into this game. He's from App State.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's got 4 tackles on the year. So
it's 4 more than me and you, buddy.
That's not what a linebacker in the NFL is looking for.
But you know what? You've got more athletic experience right now than some people because you were just in the Judah Christian alumni game.
Yeah.
So I know that you're still stretched and limbered up from that.
Yeah. Somebody texted me. Can't remember who it was. It may have been Big Def. Texted me after that game. Was like, "Hey, how you feeling? You still alive?" And I said, "Honestly, I feel great, dangerously great, because I think I might play again."
Great. There you go.
And that's how they get you.
Speaking of dangerously great, I got to bring up another NFL nugget for you, sir. That it's a tough one, and it's in regards to Etched in Stone from yesterday.
Oh,
it was a bad night for cousin Josh and
yes,
the Buffalo Bills. They were hit from all sides. Well, Josh Allen was last night from all sides by that front four of the Houston Texans. The Texans pulling off an upset at home.
Yeah, good thing we didn't etch that game in stone.
No, that was just your suggestion.
That was the tidbit.
It was the tidbit. You called it something else. If you can go back and listen to the podcast.
No, it was a tidbit.
It was a tidbit. I went along with that one. I thought, 5.5 points. That's not too bad. I feel like cousin Josh is on a roll here. Oh my goodness,
they know something.
He was sacked 8 times last night by the Houston Texans. So,
yeah, that was brutal. And that poor right tackle that they ended up bringing in, and Will Anderson just going to work.
Yeah, Will Anderson looks like a Pro Bowl talent.
Oh, my gosh. He looks awesome.
He looked awesome last night against the Buffalo Bills.
So, and he was getting off the line, and it didn't look like they were doing anything to change up the snap counts to try and throw him off. And, man, his get-off was incredible.
It was pretty impressive.
So, good for him.
Good for those Houston Texans, and a very winnable still AFC South.
Yeah. Hey, Big Dev texted in. Every time I read off my favorite Bears name, he thinks of former Packer Kabir Gabaja-Biamila, one of my favorite Packers of all time.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Kabir Gabaja-Biamila. That dude was massive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
he was a freak
huge.
Athlete. Yeah.
Had kind of it was a good career. I don't think it was as long as you thought it was going to be watching him play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to look up some of his.
You're going down the stats rabbit hole to start the show, and you know what? I'm okay with it. Love to get those text messages as well, 217-359-2255. That's the number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. John and Camargo. Curtis, you mentioned our EIU Panthers. Odds makers don't like their chances of scoring very many points. Bama's got the over-under right now 50.5 to 57.5. Yeah. No, I saw that, John. However, here's something else I saw. I saw a stat online that the Vegas odds makers as well were giving the Panthers a 1% chance to beat Alabama tomorrow.
All right.
So I went into, Dumb and Dumber mode. I was like, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Hey.
All right. There's a 1%. If they can up that to 10% by halftime, I'm going to feel pretty good about it. I'm not mocking or making. It's one of those games we've talked about where, for whatever reason, SEC teams. This is when they play some of the smaller schools and you get some of the paycheck games that we talk about. But I'm really excited, full transparency, to talk with Mike Brad. Mike's been the play-by-play man for EIU for a long, long time. He was actually my student advisor when I was in college as well. So it's kind of Mike's fault that I ended up here. So we can give Mike some grief.
Well,
coming
that's exciting.
No, he's a good man, and he's done a great job for a very long time doing EIU play-by-play and a great local voice in the community too. So looking forward to talking with him. And just, the experience that the players are having right now, going down to Bama, playing in that stadium, that sort of
that'll
stuff.
Be fun.
I understand, as everybody does, who they're playing.
Yeah.
But it should be a great chat with Mike Brad a little bit later on in the show. And also, IHSA football, Tony Reitz, again, the head coach for Tolono Unity, going to join us right around 4:25. Tony texted me earlier and said that they're done practicing at 4:15. So he's going to get done practicing, break that up, and then hop on the phone with us on the Dick Van Dyke Plants World phone line. So looking forward to that conversation as well.
Okay. Kabir Gabajabiamila had a longer, better career than I remember.
8 years?
9 years.
Ah, it's close.
9 years. Do you want to take a guess on sacks? How many sacks in those 9 years?
14 and a half.
Is that your guess?
Against the Bears.
I was about to say, that might be it. 74 and a half sacks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. He had a run from 2001 to 2004 where he had 13 and a half sacks, 12 sacks, 10 sacks, 13 and a half sacks.
He was a monster. He was an absolute monster.
Man, yeah.
Terrorized many Bears quarterbacks during that 3-4 year period. It was unbelievable.
We'll get to ask Joey Wagner about Kabir Gabajabiamila.
Yeah, Wags is a big Packers fan.
Big Packers fan.
Big time Packers
fan.
And
when Kabir was playing for the Packers, that's when I also was a Packers fan.
Oh. You fair weather fan, you.
That's well, the Packers sucked during that era. So they had one good year in that run. So
why do you do that? Why do you hop from teams that suck to teams that suck? Why do you do that? The Packers are starting to get good now. Let's root for the Bears when they're terrible.
That's a great problem that I have in my life. This team sucks. I'm out of here. Let me find another team that sucks. No, there are very deep and passionate and personal reasons of why I root for the teams I root for and when I root for them. So maybe someday we'll be able to get into all of that. I grew up. You really want to tick some people off before we go to break here?
Oh, goodness.
I grew up and was raised, and for my entire childhood, I grew up a Cardinals and Packers fan.
Well, that's not going to upset. A lot of people that listen to us are probably Cardinals and Packers fans.
That's why it's going to upset them, because now I'm a Cubs Bears fan.
Now you're a Cubs Bears fan. Oh, I follow now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you are a turncoat. You are just a traitor.
I'll tell you what. I
check
found.
the rule book.
Yeah, you want to check that rule book. I found out that someone who was also a Bears-Cubs fan kissed a lot better than all the Packers-Cardinals fans.
Is that what did it?
That I found. So I'll let everybody listening come up to their own stories and conclusions of why I switched.
It's heated and competitive out there.
And
no, it's not really between the Cardinals and Cubs.
When them lips lock, it gets real heated and competitive for your sports affection.
So KGB was one of my favorite Packers at the time. I was a diehard Brett Favre fan.
I never liked Favre.
Of course you did.
I felt vindicated for all the not great things that have come out about Brett Favre. There's a level of vindication to that as a Bears
You and my
fan.
wife should talk.
Love to talk with her about
she's just
that.
like, you feel good about yourself now?
Yeah.
You feel good? I'm like, listen, the guy could throw a football.
Well, he could. He could throw the football very, very far.
So,
and he did win a Super Bowl.
Do you have some headlines for us?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I do. I'm glad you said that. It is time for Illini headlines. That's a good Illini dance you're doing over there. Lucas Murillo has officially signed to play for the Illini next season. The 6'7" forward from Mount Vernon, New York, will join the team in 2026, and we will talk with Joey Wagner about that as well coming up in just a few minutes. Also, the Illini back in action at State Farm Center tomorrow against Long Island University. Tip-off for that is 1 o'clock. You can watch it on Big Ten Plus. Last night, Illini volleyball fell in a tough one to UCLA, 3-2. And one other Illini headline for you from today's sports world. Divers Bethany Mercer and Carly Rose, both finalists at the Hawkeye Invitational in Iowa. It's going on right now. The meet wraps up tonight at 6 o'clock. So there you go. Those are your Illini headlines for today.
Dope.
Pretty awesome stuff about Lucas Murillo. If you're an Illini basketball fan, you should be very, very excited about that addition to an already loaded roster.
That's big time. He's one of those recruits that when he commits, you're like, oh, okay.
You're waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Let's see if we can hold on to this one. But I have found that when Orlando Antigua locks in, I mean,
yeah,
you're sitting pretty.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the orange and blue.
Yeah.
So,
Pen to paper on that one. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, Joey Wagner from Illini Inquirer, a very, very busy man right now with all sorts of sports for him to cover. He's all over the place for Illini football and basketball. We're going to talk with Joey, and also maybe we'll get his thoughts on that awesome David Mirkovic tattoo. Or maybe we won't. I don't know if Joey has any. I don't know if he's seen the Wayans Brothers scary movies or not. But regardless, we're talking to Joey next on The Drive.
Swings, and it's a high fly ball. That's hit deep, way back. It's a gounder and a game winner.
Busch Stadium is more than a ballpark. It's where traditions live on. Season tickets keep you at the heart of it all, game after game. Feel the energy of every pitch, celebrate every walk-off win, and create memories that last a lifetime. Plus, enjoy exclusive benefits and experiences available only for season ticket holders. Don't miss your chance to be part of the 2026 season. Unlock your benefits now at cardinals.com/season tickets.
Guilford Trucking.
Well, this is some of the most stressful times in the office for Beth and Donna, or they're under the pressure of making sure that every driver is home for Thanksgiving, which they do. We like our drivers, so we make it a paid holiday for them on Thanksgiving to be home. And, of course, we have to service the customers, so some drivers do have to leave, that weekend. Some of them even deliver on Friday, but everybody is home on Thursday.
That's awesome. And you try it as a rule to have your drivers, men and women, home on the weekends normally, right?
That is the number one rule in operations is the drivers are home every weekend, because if they don't have a good family life and good home time, quality home time, they're not going to be safe and productive when they're out on their job.
It's a really great philosophy.
It's a difficult job.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All good. Okay, Tim, how can people reach you guys?
They can get me at TIMO@GFTLOG.com. Reach me at the office at 765-793-7131, extension 4.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
There's a new way to stay connected with the Urbana Park District. Just send a text. Got a question or a comment? Text us and we'll reply within one business day. And now you can follow your interest. Sign up for text alerts about programs, events, and weather updates. Choose as many interests as you'd like. It's quick and easy. Just visit urbanaparks.org and tap Text Us or Follow Your Interest. Urbana Park District. You belong here.
Let your local farmer's insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
When you're looking for a business to work with, you choose someone local, someone who's terrific at what they do. A company that helps others in need in Champaign-Urbana, and a company that stands behind what they do. That company is Roof Doctors. Roof Doctors has been keeping the rain out for over 30 years. Randy and Tammy and their family work hard to not only make sure you're 100% satisfied by their work, but that they also strive to have a positive impact on Champaign-Urbana. Roof Doctors in Urbana, they make you their number one priority.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Illinois. T&Cs apply.
The
Breeze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is a busy Illini weekend. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. There's hoops, there's football, and there's someone on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance world that covers all of it, doing an outstanding job, as always, for Illini Inquirer. Joey Wagner on the phone with us. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Curtis. How are you two doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. It's great to hear your voice. It's been a minute since we've heard you on 93.5, so it's good to have you back on. And I know that you're working like crazy. You're working like a madman. So between 2 Illini games tomorrow, where will your focus start? Are you going to cover basketball first and then turn your attention to football?
We are going to have superb intern. I don't even know if you can call Kyle an intern anymore. Kyle's got hoops, and Warner and I are headed up to Madison tomorrow afternoon for what's really a really big football game, to be honest. I mean, I know Wisconsin's not where Wisconsin's been, but this is a big closing stretch for Illinois to stack two good seasons on top of one another.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we had Jay on Monday, and I said, Jay, if we sat down 2004 and I said, hey, we're going up, night game in Madison, 6:30 p.m. kick, and we're over a touchdown favorite, what would you think? And he said, you're crazy, that's impossible. But that's where we're at. That's what we're doing right now, and it's a big football game for the Illini to keep this thing rolling, and people are pushing over Wisconsin, but that defense is nothing to sneeze at. So what should we be looking forward this weekend?
Yeah, you're right. I do think quietly, at least for the time being, and you guys know how the Big Ten and college football can change, Illinois has kind of displaced Wisconsin in that second-tier Big Ten standing level, which you wouldn't have believed when they hired Luke Fickell, right? Like, Luke Fickell came in, and he was supposed to be the one to elevate them to that tier 1.5, right? Not too good for, totally tier 2, maybe not quite in that Penn State, Penn State then, Ohio State, Oregon kind of realm there. But it's just really not gone that well. And you're right, defensively, this Wisconsin team's a lot better defensively than the record would suggest. They've got 2 freshman linebackers who have really just been a breath of fresh air in the middle of that defense. Stop me if you've heard this before. They've got an edge rusher who can make problems, right? That's what Wisconsin seemingly churns out year after year. So you got to protect Luke Altmaier. You've got to make sure he's got time to pick apart a secondary that is vulnerable back there for the Badgers. And the tackles have protected him well. I think he's been really protected well after a disastrous start to the season where they just, Duke, Indiana, or even Western Michigan, where it's like, man, they cannot protect him very well, and he's not doing a good job of protecting himself back there and the way he holds onto the ball. So he's got to be able to make the right decisions back there, have the time to do it, not run himself into sacks, not hold on for it for too long, because if they can get back to him, sack him, try to knock that thing loose. I mean, Luke Altmaier is a really good quarterback, guys. We know that. That's not new information. If there's any slight knock, it's that he maybe holds on to it a little too long from time to time. Wisconsin will make you pay, and if they can set up a short field for an offense that's really bad. I mean, their offense is really, really, really bad right now. I mean, that's how they get you, ball control, things along those lines. So don't turn it over. Protect Luke Altmaier and let your best player go to work. And then defensively, guys, this Wisconsin offense isn't any good. I mean, the injuries have set them off. It's just not right now, and a lot of it is injuries. They're one of the worst scoring teams they are the worst scoring team in the Big Ten. Only UMass is worse in college football, and I think yards per game and scoring offense. They're going through it, and some of it's injuries. They're on their 4th quarterback. Their running backs continue to get hurt. I mean, this is where Illinois' defense should be able to have success, and I'd like to see Aaron Henry bring some pressure on a young quarterback making a second career start and try to frazzle him and you stop the run. Make him make plays in 3rd and long and see if you can maybe make a mistake or two out of him.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis, that's Evan, and Illini Inquirer's Joey Wagner on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Joey, I want to ask you this, step back, big picture stuff. A hot topic of conversation for a good chunk of this year has been the future of Barry Lunney. We've had people on that feel like, yeah, Lunney's gone after this year. Luke's going to move on to possibly the NFL and don't see Lunney sticking around. Other people have said, no, why would he leave? What's your take on all of that?
Yeah, I think he's done enough that his name he's going to get interviewed. I think he's had interviews in the past. He's going to have the opportunity to take a head coaching job, I would think. What's he want, I think, is probably the bigger question. If he just want to be a head coach so bad that he's okay with taking maybe a group of 6 program that struggled a little bit and trying to rebuild that. Is he looking for the exact right situation? I don't know kind of where he's at in that process. Some guys are just like, hey, let me go be a head coach. I'll figure the rest of it out. And the thing is, Barry Lunney's got a good thing going here, and I would imagine he will continue to be compensated very, very well if he wants to stick around and be Brett Bielema's offensive coordinator for several years. And that's not a bad gig, right? I mean, you can make a lot of money to go be an offensive coordinator in the Big Ten and kind of be that stable presence there. So I really don't know. It really depends on what he wants, what he's looking for. To your guys' point, I do think if you look at a timeline, you're turning over a quarterback, maybe this would be a good time to say, okay, I'm ready. I've done enough here. My resume's good. So let's go make this jump. I know there's 2 things really that I think probably you can't have happen. Number one, first and foremost, don't let him go be an OC somewhere else in the Power 4.
Yeah.
I think that is one of those where that's not. I don't know that that's even really on his radar. I just think if you look at things that, hey, that wouldn't be very good, right? If he goes and takes a job at one of those more traditional top 10, 15 programs in the country. And 2, I think you could probably make a compelling case if you're Illinois, the administration, to say, hey, you don't have to go take, a lower tier Sun Belt job. Stay here, make more money, be here, and let's do this for a little while longer and keep going. So I don't know. I know Barry Lunney's really good at his job. I don't want to speak for what he wants and what he's looking for because I don't know that answer. I just know that Illinois, I would imagine, is going to make a very strong push to keep him and keep him around Champaign for a while. There's good quarterbacks coming up, and obviously I think they might sniff around in the portal for one. So he's a selling point in that regard.
Joey, as we get to kind of the last few games of this season, and I guess it probably would have started last week, but I don't have it off the top of my head. Do you think we're going to start seeing some more redshirt candidates get on the field now that we're within that 4-game limit, especially since that 5-5 didn't get passed? Or do you think the roster is pretty well set right now as we go forward?
I think it's pretty well set, and I think there's enough guys who there's not really a huge list for guys who only have a few more games to go. Maybe you see a Braden Trimble here or there, but you look at some of the big names or the contributors, I should say. Graham Bierman has passed it. He's not going to use a red shirt. Andre Levet has passed it. He's not going to use a red shirt. But otherwise, I think things are pretty set. I mean, I don't know that now's the time to start throwing young guys in. Things are going pretty well for Illinois football on the field for the most part, right now. And I just don't know. There's not any injuries that would force someone into that. Maybe Northwestern, you try to shoehorn Trimble into a moment. I don't know if that's going to be the case on the road at Wisconsin, but I think it feels set to me right now, and just to keep things going. And if you do see freshmen, is really who we're talking about here, maybe that's more of a special teams thing, and I know that's not the sexy thing that gets a lot of attention when you're talking freshmen going out there running on kick coverage, punt coverage, or whatever the case is. I just don't know that this moment in time feels like it makes sense for already a list that's pretty small.
Yeah, I think that I'd agree with that. Now, I'd be remiss if we did not talk about or ask about the NFC North. So, what do you think about the first place Chicago Bears?
Stop.
Are they as good as their record? I don't know. I know the Packers are kind of a frustrating bit right now when the offense is going the way that it's going. Look, the Bears are finding a way to win games, and that's impressive for a first-year head coach and second-year quarterback. They're getting it done on that front. Will that level out and come back down to earth? We will see. I'm more worried about the Packers figuring out how to protect Jordan Love and get a run game going to try to keep pace with the suddenly red hot Bears.
So suddenly red hot Bears. I don't know if I'd call them red hot, but they do stumble into a lot of wins, it seems like. Who's your favorite Packer of all time?
I mean, for me, it's been Aaron Rodgers. For me, it's watching the things that he was able to do and go out there. He won a lot of games when I was really, coming up and paying attention with everything, right? And the things he can do, the throws he can make were just incredible. And a lot of really fun times watching that dude. And in high school with my best friends and kind of being awesome, being good, right? It's awesome to watch a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a long conversation to start this show, which nobody would have picked, about Kabir Gabaja-Biamila.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun, and he's a lot of fun to say. So I just didn't know. If you would have said KGB as your favorite Packer, I would have taken my shirt off. Like it would have just been a perfect
Thank
show.
you for not saying KGB, Joey.
Would have been
I
a great
appreciate that
show.
very much.
My gosh. Joey, you do incredible, awesome stuff with Illini Inquirer. It's the best Illini coverage that we've got around here. Thanks for hopping on with us, for hanging with us. Curtis, you got anything else, my man?
Well, there was one question that came in from our guy Big Def on the text line for you,
Oh,
Joey.
Big Def.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Big Def. And it's a schematic question. He wanted to know, how often do you think the Illini are going to shoot the A-gap, specifically with the combo of Wisconsin's poor passing and run blocking? He's thinking about Rosiak and Kreutz and Odeluga and the impact those guys could have against this kind of leaky O-line that exists in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we'll try to take advantage of. And Wisconsin's center, I believe it's their backup center at this point, has been struggling a little bit. So we tried to put pressure on him and try to get pressure from up middle there. And I still think at the end of the day, you've got some pretty good dudes on the outside who can push with some of those tackles and some of those guards to get pressure. But to do all of that, you got to stop the run. And obviously the A-gap is involved with that. But yeah, man, you stop the run, and I don't know that it matters. After that, just get pressure on him. Doesn't matter from where. Get pressure on a young quarterback facing what I think Illinois would hope would be third and not very manageable.
Are you not going to ask Big Def's second question?
Oh, yeah. He wants to know if you and Jeremy are going to chow down on some cheese curd challenge in Madison.
I don't know. It's a challenge. I'm sure planning on getting some. Yeah,
that's
probably
not a challenge. There you go.
Well, it's a challenge to see which of you can have more cheese curds.
I'll win that. Yeah, winner still. I'll win that. That'll be first lunch, second lunch, and third lunch for me. I have no doubt about winning that. I think Big Def, actually, when we were in Rutgers, Big Def tried to shout out to him, and he tried to find us with some Philly cheesesteaks, and I didn't end up connecting. So lucky for him, I think he ended up with 2 extra ones. I hope he ate, but it's no challenge here. We're going to try to probably hit the world's largest Culver's, get a bucket of cheese curds, and maybe a couple beers and have a good time.
Man, that's good.
Get some coverage.
That's good. I do have to ask real quick before we're off. This past Wednesday, it seems that Werner and you broke in, friend of the show, great Kyle Tost,
the great Kyle
on a road
Tost.
trip. How did Kyle do on his first venture out of Champaign?
Oh, dude, Kyle's a stud. Kyle's so good at what he does. It is great. It is good. I've obviously talked to Kyle a lot and kind of been around. I haven't really got a chance to really talk to him. So we had 3 hours in the middle of the night on Thursday morning, really, to talk and get to know each other. And Kyle, he is as good, especially when he's 21. Like, you don't even need the caveat that he's 21, right? He's just good.
Yep.
Period. End of sentence. You put in the fact that he's 21 years old, and he's more polished than I am right now, and he's more polished surely than I was then. He's just knows ball. Got pretty happy with that dude, man. It was good to get him out on a road trip, and looking forward to letting him experience more of this stuff. You get so kind of wrapped up in doing this every week, and it's awesome. I mean, who are you kidding, man? This is an awesome job to do, but you get used to a lot of stuff, right? Like, you've been to Madison a few times, you've been to Mackey a few times, you've been here or there or wherever. Well, you're walking through the bowels of the United Center with Kyle, and he's kind of looking around wide-eyed a little bit, and it's like, oh yeah, like, this is the first time he's done this, and it's cool to see him have that experience where he sees some of this stuff. Like, Venables locker room, all these signs, and I'd like to get him to Mackey and get him on some of these trips, and it's just cool to kind of a cool reminder. Like, not that you need a reminder, it's a cool job, but to see someone experiencing it all for the first time, like you did 8 years ago, 10 years ago, however long ago it was. That was a really fun part of Wednesday, to be honest with you.
Oh man, within a couple 3 days after I first met Kyle, I pulled him aside and I said, "You don't even know how good you are yet." I said, "You have a very, very bright future with whatever you choose to do in regards to sports and media." So I mean, I think it's great that he's learning from you and Jeremy, and he's a great asset over there at Illini Inquirer. So the three of you doing fantastic work. Where can they find you on the socials, Joey?
Yeah, Mr. Wagner 25 on Twitter. Just follow Kyle and Jeremy for basketball stuff, and they're smarter than I am on that. I'll joke around. I'll drop a gif here or there. I'll make fun of myself, and those are the two. But in all seriousness, Mr. Wagner 25 on Twitter. We're obviously at Illini Inquirer. Try to cover everything as best as we can, and be everywhere at every game, and try to take this thing as far as we can from a coverage standpoint.
All right, man. Safe travels this weekend. Looking forward to talking to you again soon, okay?
All right, boys. Take care of yourselves.
All right. That is Joey Wagner from Illini Inquirer. We appreciate his time. Great stuff, as always, from Joey. And that was really cool, that last part about Kyle as well. That's really cool to hear that, because I teased Kyle a couple weeks ago. I was like, so what do you think about now that you got a couple 3,000 followers on your socials? He's like, yeah, this is a little different, but
it's a little much.
But he's doing, like Joey said, a fantastic job with the hoops, and you know what you're going to get from Jeremy, and you've been getting it for a long time, and Joey does a fantastic job covering football. So definitely give all three of those guys a follow.
Something Joey said in that interview that I went to look up. You know, he talked about, obviously Wisconsin has had the quarterback issues. They're on their fourth string quarterback. He said their running backs keep getting hurt too, and they've had a bunch of different running backs. I went and looked up. They've had 8 different guys with 10-plus carries.
Oh, wow.
8 different guys have 10-plus carries. The Illini have 4. So, I mean, that just shows you the depth. And then I had to chuckle. He said, I think they're on their backup center. I'm like, what position are they not backup on right now on the offensive side of the ball? Like, the whole thing is just falling apart.
Bad.
So, yeah, I mean, it is it's a rough ride.
That's a way to put it right there. Now. That's a way to put it. But
I'm sorry, I just can't.
I need that audio. Can't. I just can't. It's going to be an interesting matchup for, as Joey also pointed out, for Luke Altmaier, keeping him upright, protecting him against what is a very game Wisconsin defense. The games that, when you look back at their score history for this year, they've lost some close ones, and it's been their defense that has kept them in it, and it's been the offense that's lost it for them. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got all sorts of stuff to get to today on the drive. Local college going down to Alabama. That would be my alma mater, the Eastern Illinois University Panthers. We're going to talk with their longtime play-by-play man, Mike Brad. Also, I know a lot of people are excited about the IHSA playoffs this weekend because a couple of area schools are guaranteed spots in the state championship and to play for a state title. One of them, the Tolono Unity Rockets. We're going to talk with their head coach, Tony Reitz, in just a bit. Plus, I might throw some curveballs at you, sir. I just might.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
Well, we don't have to throw them directly at you, just enough to make you duck.
Well, I mean, if I'm ducking, they're at me.
I guess that's a good point. All right, that's next on the drive.
Join Stevie J Broadcasting in supporting people living a rich and meaningful life with DSC's Tree of Hope campaign going on now. Each holiday season, a wish list is put together. And if you would like to be someone's secret Santa and pledge to shop and give before December 10th, head to the website at dsc-illinois.org for all the details on how to give, where the list has been provided to give you a meaningful way to make a direct and personal impact. Provide a present or light a bulb on the DSC Tree of Hope on display at Market View and North Prospect to make the season bright. Plus, you can raise a little hope with a special beer release from Triptych Brewing to support DSC's Tree of Hope campaign. Wednesday, December 3rd at Bunny's Tavern between 4:30 and 6:30. 121 West Water Street in downtown Urbana. Learn more about assisting over 1,200 people in our community with disabilities at dsc-illinois.org.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868. Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
At the UPS Store, we have everything to help small business owners be unstoppable. So if you need mailbox services, we'll be the mailbox store.
What if my business isn't brick and mortar?
Easy. With our mailbox services, you'll get a real street address instead of a P.O. box.
What if I give you a big bear hug for making my day?
Then get in here, buddy.
The UPS Store can help small business owners be unstoppable with our mailbox services. We'll hold your mail and packages in a safe location. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
This week, it's the one sale pet lovers can't afford to miss. The Pets Pick Flooring event at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. First, get a free labor credit on every carpet and floor. Get a $50 labor credit for every 100 feet you buy. Get up to a $1,000 rebate on great pet-friendly carpets and floors from Shaw. Ask how you can get free accessories or area rugs from your furniture purchase. And buy it all with 2 years free financing. The Pets Pick Flooring event, going on now at Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Thanks for spending some of your Friday with us. It's ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis. That's Evan. Big Illini Athletics weekend. Basketball and football for your Saturday viewing pleasure. Which, do you have Big Ten Plus? Have I asked you this before? You know what would help if I turned on the right mic? That's what happens when you switch seats on me.
Hey, listen, it's been long enough.
It's really your fault that
it's been long enough. It's been long enough.
It's been a few days. You're right. I shouldn't have done that.
What was the question?
Do you have Big Ten Plus?
I do not. No.
I've yet to meet someone that has it. Someone has to have it. There has to be somebody listening right now.
I used to get it on and off again, the monthly or whatever. The price has gone way up. It used to be you could, $5 for a month. It's a little bit more expensive now.
What do you know? Well, I don't want to put you on the spot if you don't.
I don't know. I think it's like $10 to $12 a month now. And so when it was $5, I would grab it because I really loved. I'd catch up. I'd get all the wrestling meets. I'd get all that stuff. And that $5 a month was team specific, so it wasn't like you got all of Big Ten Plus. You just got the Illini Big Ten Plus. So I would do that, but no. Now it's. Why
they got to do us dirty like that?
Well, it's everything.
It's everything. Prices are up on everything.
In this economy?
Go ahead and we'll cut the cord, but then we're going to add 10 or 12 streaming services and pay $15, $20 a month for that.
Yeah.
Matt on the text line says $9.99, I believe. Hey, that's not too bad. That's not too bad, That's a trip through the drive-thru, maybe.
It's double the price of what it was. It's the principle of the thing.
That's what it is. It's the principle.
Wait, what? $10.99? It's more than double.
$9.99, sir. Calm down.
Okay.
$9.99.
That's fine.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You sure?
Curtis's curveball.
I'm not going to let you answer that. Here comes a curveball right at your head. On ESPN Radio 93.5, it's The Drive. Start with those headlines. You know I love the news from around the world. A pilot in India was removed from a plane and questioned after it was reported he smelled like alcohol. He explained that he hadn't been drinking but had simply used a strong mouthwash to kill the smell of the weed that he'd been smoking. All right. Swedish scientists once developed a way to keep people from remembering horrible events, which I also think is called alcohol. I think it all ties in together. See,
is that okay?
Yeah, here's a wacky but true headline. Thieves only want man's jeans. This happened in Thailand. 2 thieves robbed a man at knife point to steal his jeans and his shoes. The attackers had no interest in his money, watch, or other valuables, just his jeans and shoes, and they let him walk home in his skivvies. It says underwear, but I said skivvies.
Skivvies. I was about to say, did it say skivvies?
Mm-hmm. I wish some people need to use the word skivvies a little bit more in their news reporting. Thank you. Maybe I can make that happen at StevieJ.com. All right, laptop thief mails data to victim. This happened in Sweden, where they're very kind there.
So nice.
A guy in Sweden left his backpack in the stairwell of his apartment complex while he went to the laundry room. When he came back, the backpack and all of its contents, including his wallet, journal, and laptop, were gone. After reporting the theft to police, the guy returned to his apartment to find his backpack and its contents, except for the laptop, back at the stairwell. A week later, he received an envelope in the mail containing a USB memory stick that had all the files and documents from his laptop. I'm telling you, they're very, very kind in Sweden. They're very...
What a sweet and kind thief.
That's a wonderful thief in Sweden there. All right.
I appreciate that.
Now, usually I have got a guess question for you, right? This is different. This is just a handful of online surveys that I found in one place, and it's a settle it this or that kind of thing. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
All right, 67% of people prefer coffee.
Right.
Ketchup on fries, on the side, or on top?
On the side.
On the side. 80% of people put the ketchup on the side. The 20% that put it on are supposed to be...
Are serial killers.
Psychos. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Should you brush your teeth before or after breakfast?
Are you talking like scientifically or what I prefer?
Both.
After.
After. 65% say after, yes.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's the case. All right, now this is one that drives me insane. Soda or pop?
I'm going to go grab some pop.
You're going to get pop. We live in the mid, we're getting pop. Apparently, the rest of the country voted in this one. 68% say it's soda.
Huh.
And the final one, it's very important. It's about hygiene. Morning showers or evening showers?
Morning.
Yeah, 60% go morning, 40 at night. I thought that was a little high for the evening showers.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you are, at the end of the day, you want to get into your clean bed in a nice space, like you're going to shower before that.
You want to settle in, watch. I don't know. Are there any Illini athletics on tomorrow night? No.
Well, football.
Football. I can't remember if that was 2:30 or 6:30. It's 6:30.
6:30.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to take a nice evening shower, snuggle in.
Nope. I prefer sleeping on cardboard. Just clean. I shower to get clean from my sheets.
Is that right?
That's how that works. No, my wife would kill me if I was saying, if people thought this was true. That is her safe, clean space is our bed.
The bed. That's the safe space.
I honor her, and I keep that as clean as possible.
There is a certain smell that all men know. It's the smell of dude that can permeate from the bed sheets if they're not washed regularly.
Ooh, that smell.
Can't you smell that smell, baby?
Can't you smell that smell? Boo-doo. That's how it goes.
The smell of stinky, dude.
Hey, some basketball last night. College basketball.
Yeah.
We had some Big Ten, some big games. How about USC beating Troy on a buzzer beater in 3 overtimes?
How does that happen? How do they go to 3 overtimes with Troy? Is Troy that good?
107-106. So that was pretty wild. Number 2, Houston beats Ryder 91-45. Number 15, Texas Tech in the Baja Mar Championship Tournament beats Wake Forest by 1.
The Baja what?
Baja Mar.
The Baja.
The Baja Mar.
Jesse Ventura lives in the Baja.
Beat them 84-83. Ohio State knocks off Western Michigan 91-58. That was not really that close. Iowa beats Chicago State 93-54. Poor Chicago State. They just get their teeth kicked in every year.
It's tough living in the Baja.
Nebraska beats New Mexico in the Hall of Fame Classic 84-72. St. John's beats Bucknell 97-49. Indiana takes down Lindenwood 73-53. Number 1 Purdue in the Baja Mar Championship, also 80-71. So Purdue's going to take on Texas Tech today. And right now, at the time of speaking, 3:54 p.m. if you're listening in the first hour, number 9 BYU is at halftime against number 23 Wisconsin, and they've got a 12-point lead, 45-33.
BYU leading in the Baja over the Badgers.
Yes.
217-359-2255. That's your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. I'll quit doing the Jesse Ventura impression now.
No, I kind of like it. Or
you
is
like
that,
it?
I hear you hear Jesse. I hear Sam Elliott.
Just why would I be Sam Elliott? Do I look like a cowboy to you?
Well, you've added you've added some
there.
Wisconsin.
No,
to it.
That's not Wisconsin. That's the
Minnesota.
Baja. Minnesota. That's what it is. Minnesota.
Yeah, tonight you got Purdue and Texas Tech at 8:30 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. That should be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun.
That should be a good one. That's a nice one to settle in for on a Friday night.
Go Texas Tech.
217-359-2255 is your number for the Max Twin City Recycling text line. I would be remiss if I did not mention this. We have your chance to score tickets for every Fighting Illini men's basketball home game this season, courtesy of Parlor Donuts and Jets
Wait, what?
Pizza. Yeah. What do you mean, what? Don't you ever listen to the station?
The what?
Oh, my God.
Give him the heater.
He's giving me the heater.
We use the word Oski.
We're going to use the word Oski here. No, we're going to use the word Illini here. Thank you very much.
Wait, hold on. The way you said it is what me said what? You said we have tickets for every
Illini.
Your chance to win tickets for every Illini home basketball game.
Okay.
We have tickets for every game. You always have a chance to win. If you win by texting in Illini, you don't get one ticket to every single game.
Did I really say it wrong, or are you just messing with me so you can do the promo?
I'm going to tell you what my brain heard. Okay. My brain heard that, and that's what threw me off. I was like, what? We're giving away season tickets? No.
No, we are not giving away season tickets.
Unless you win every time.
We have a chance. Yes, we are giving away tickets to every game. You can win tickets for each individual game. We are giving away tickets. Here, Heath on the text line. When he added the strong S, I thought he was going for Sean Connery. Oh, he's still talking about Jesse. I can do Sean Connery. This is Connery, you got to do this. But with Ventura, you got to get a little Minnesota in there.
Here's my impression. Baja. Here's my impression of Sean Connery eating steak.
Oh, God.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's pretty good steak.
You want to win tickets to an Illini basketball game courtesy of Jets Pizza and Parlor Donuts. Text Illini to 217-359-2255. ILLINI to 217-359-2255. If we didn't run you off with that segment.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
The people love us.
Illini 217-359-2255, and you can win tickets to an Illini men's basketball home game. We got all our winners for tomorrow's game, where the Illini are going to take on Long Island University. But after that, you can be in the running for the next home game and beyond. Again, ILLINI, courtesy of Jets Pizza and Parlor Donuts. All right.
And if you're going to the game, Pia's has an awesome shuttle that will take you to and bring you back from Illini home basketball games.
Big shout out to Pia's.
Big shout out Pia's. And next Tuesday, November 25th, they're turkey bowling.
Have you ever done a turkey bowl?
I was handed this, Reed.
Okay.
I have no idea what this means.
Okay.
Pia's for turkey bowling on Tuesday, November 25th. Sign up to participate on the patio at 6:30 and then try to win prizes in the competition at 7:30. It's at 1609 Springfield Avenue. Get ready for the Illini versus LAU game. Oh, that's tomorrow. And then Monday, UT Rio Grande. Oh, that's shuttle stuff. They'll shuttle you. But I don't know what the heck turkey bowling is. But Go to Pee is on Tuesday, and you can bowl a turkey. Is that what it is? You grab a turkey and roll it?
Yeah. Most places you're like at the bar. Okay. There's a ramp, all right, and there's some places will use empty cans, some will use actual pins, whatever. Some will use empty bottles, and you roll the turkey down the ramp, and you knock them over, and you can win prizes.
So it's the only thing turkey's good for.
Dude, turkey is fantastic.
I had turkey again this weekend, smoked turkey. Mm-hmm. Or this week.
Yeah, smoked turkey is great. Smoked turkey is so good. I don't know where you got yours from.
Garbage.
All right, we're 15 seconds away from news, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off your mic so you can't say
No, I'm going to rant about turkey for 15 seconds.
All right, well, now you're down
to 9
seconds.
It is the worst garbage bird of all time. Randy, with my favorite quote, I'm just listening so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't.
A New York state of mind. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. President Trump has called New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani a communist. He's called the president a fascist. They put all that aside today at the White House.
What I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job. I think he is going to surprise some conservative people, actually. And some very liberal people, he won't surprise them because they already like him.
They talked about affordability and the Middle East. Ukraine's President Zelensky says President Trump's proposed peace deal with Russia forces him to choose between his country's dignity and allied support.
He'll have to like it, and if he doesn't like it, then, they should just keep fighting, I guess.
The deal has Ukraine ceding territory to Russia.
Zelensky said today his country is ready for peace, but President Trump's really putting him between a rock and a hard place. Trump has offered Ukraine a security guarantee that's modeled on NATO's famous Article 5 that commits the U.S. and the European allies to treat a future attack on Ukraine as an attack on all. It would also require U.S. military defense.
Fox's Jillian Turner. Stocks end the day higher. There is optimism about another interest rate cut next month.
New York Fed President John Williams said that he sees room for a cut in the near term. All of the 11 S&P 500 sectors rose, and drug maker Eli Lilly hitting a milestone today and becoming the first healthcare firm to hit a market capitalization of $1 trillion as booming demand for its weight loss drugs has boosted its shares. Dow winners, Home Depot, American Express, and Sherwin-Williams. The Dow decliners, Microsoft, Walmart, and Nvidia. The Dow up 493 points. The Nasdaq higher by 195. S&P 500 up 64.
Fox's Hillary Barsky just in. North Dakota's Supreme Court upholds the state's near-total abortion ban passed in 2023, reversed by a judge last year. America's listening to Fox News.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay, and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
An Ohio sheriff's deputy is found not guilty of murdering a pregnant shoplifting suspect that he shot through the windshield of a car she'd been driving toward him. Ahead of today's White House meeting between President Trump and Democratic Socialist New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, the House holds a symbolic vote to condemn socialism, supported by about half the Democrats.
When he was asked about it actually at the airport about Congress voting to condemn socialism, he said, look, I'm just focused on the issues of New Yorkers in New York. So this resolution was brought to you today by Florida Republican Maria Salazar. She is the daughter of Cuban exiles, and her resolution declared that Congress denounces socialism in all its forms.
Fox's Aisha Hasni. The Olympics tradition is to remove sponsors' names from venues ahead of Olympic Games. That'll not be the case in LA.
For the first time, corporate naming rights will be part of the Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. The LA Olympics will keep Intuit on Clippers Arena. The arrangement is expected to raise millions of dollars for the Olympics above its more than $7 billion budget. The Intuit Dome will retain its name when it hosts basketball in the regular home of the LA Clippers. Honda will keep its name on the arena in Anaheim, where it will host volleyball. Up to 19 venues, most of them temporary, could be available for naming rights. Intuit's arrangement includes providing free tax prep for some U.S. athletes and expanding financial education in the LA community. Ginny Cosola, Fox News.
The Des Moines, Iowa School District released a report claiming it hired a superintendent that ended up being arrested by ICE and indicted on federal criminal charges after receiving an abbreviated background check and what was probably a forged transcript. Ian Roberts from Guyana was hired in 2023, arrested in September, facing a deportation order, charged with falsely claiming to be a citizen on a federal form. The district is suing the consulting firm that did the background check. It says the district's passing the buck. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
You've set your financial goals. One kid plans to go Big Ten, the other Ivy. Your bucket list includes seaside sunrises and sunsets on the slopes, or perhaps a second home away from it all. Busey Bank can help develop the right investment strategy to take charge of the years ahead. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
Habitat for Humanity provides a unique opportunity for hardworking people and families to build their own homes.
Clear out the clutter and make a difference by donating to the Habitat for Humanity of Champaign County Restore. Your gently used furniture, appliances, and home goods help build homes, community, and hope right here in Champaign County. Drop off donations behind the Champaign County Restore at 1914 Glen Park Drive or schedule a free pickup for qualifying items. Visit cuhabitat.org or call 359-0507. Your clutter changes lives. Donate today.
Ho, ho, ho! The first Saturday of December is always marked on my calendar to visit Curtis Orchard between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Oh boy, cookies with Santa. It's such a great tradition at Curtis Orchard. With the personalized keepsake ornament, letters to Santa, the new Dig and Play sensory table, and of course, decorating cookies.
Book online, you may even get a picture with me. Ho, ho.
Tap the event tab and get signed up at curtisorchard.com.
Diane, I was going over my naughty or nice list, and I think we need to talk.
Oh, we're all out of time.
Experience the music and magic this holiday season of Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker, December 4th through the 7th. Presented in partnership with Krannert Center for the Performing Arts, Area-Wide Technologies, the Bill Bass Foundation, Stone Ridge Dairy, 2 Men and a Truck, and Champaign Ballet Academy. Tickets at the Krannert Center box office or cuballet.com. A delightful tradition for the entire family. Champaign-Urbana Ballet's The Nutcracker.
At the UPS Store, we have everything to help small business owners be unstoppable. So if you need packing and shipping, we'll be the packing and shipping store.
I could use a little help. I've got 78 orders to ship out.
We're here to help. Our certified packing experts care like you care and can pack and ship just about anything.
The UPS Store can help small business owners be unstoppable with our packing and shipping services. Our certified packing experts can handle it all. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. The UPS Store locations are independently owned. Product services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
Sarah Champagne Managing Partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Here's the crew on first down. Back to pass again. Looking, throw in the middle. Caught at the 10. Bounced off one man, Nelson. Nice spin move to the 5. Still going. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois. C.J. Nelson bouncing around like a pinball. Here's the crew. Fakes a handoff. He runs it himself up the middle at the 15, at the 10. Tackled at the 5, broke that tackle though, pushing to the goal line and gets in. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois. Wolf back to pass, blitz on. Wolf's going to throw it deep, going for Willman in the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Illinois.
That is the voice of longtime EIU Panther play-by-play man, Mr. Mike Brad. It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. The Panthers on their way down to Bama, playing the Crimson Tide this weekend. Last game of the year. What a way to wrap it up, Evan, against Alabama.
Hello.
And Mike is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us right now. We are so pleased to talk to you, sir. How are you, Mike?
Good, Curtis. How about you?
I'm doing all right. It is. It's been a minute since we've had a chance to talk, but I was singing your praises earlier in the show, and also pointed out that at one point, you were my academic advisor, so it's really your fault that I ended up here.
You were pretty easy, as I recall, to advise.
Yeah.
You went to class and, did your work. You were great.
Well.
See? Somebody said something nice about me, Evan. How about that?
I mean, listen.
That's a first.
I believe it. So, yeah. Mike, thanks for hanging out with us today. What a fun trip this is to go down to Tuscaloosa. What's the vibe around Charleston about this game?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of fun, right? I think people are generally kind of excited. I mean, the season's been a little disappointing. It'd be a little nicer to have a better record, but Eastern's got a pretty young team. But the coach Chris Wilkerson calls it a quote generational opportunity. And he's right about that. I mean, these players will probably never have an opportunity to play in a situation like this again against such a highly ranked team in such a high-profile environment.
Well, talk to us about that. Talk to us about EIU football this year and the head coach and just sort of the program in general. I know you touched on it. What is the future going to be like for the Panthers beyond 2025?
Well, that's always hard to know because of with the transfers and things like that, it can change quickly. Eastern, kind of some backstory here. Eastern had a pretty experienced team last year, so when last year ended, they had a lot of holes in the roster to fill. So they brought in a lot of new players. They had 52 new players to start the year. That's about half the roster.
Wow.
So they started the year with something along the lines of 15 or 16 starters who had never played at this level, FCS football. Some transfers, some freshmen, some people like that. So pretty inexperienced team. And especially at quarterback. None of the quarterbacks had ever taken a snap, with the exception of last year's backup, Laney Dowling, and then he got hurt early in the year, and he never really got a chance to play. So they ended up starting the year with a couple of real inexperienced quarterbacks. That's kind of hurt them. They've been pretty inconsistent. One's a very good runner. The other's a better passer. They've tried to play both of them. And then better passers gotten hurt and missed a lot of time in the last half of the year. The defense has held their own a lot of the time, but then they've had a tendency to give up some big plays that have hurt. And Eastern has kind of missed some opportunities. They had 2 games where they had a last-second field goal try that could have won the game, and they missed them both. So that would be 2 more wins there if they just could have made a, relatively routine field goal at the end of the game.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That is Evan Stone. Mike Brad, the longtime play-by-play man for Eastern Illinois University Athletics, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us ahead of EIU's game in Tuscaloosa against Alabama. Mike, how would you assess what Coach Wilkerson has done so far with the Panthers?
He's done a good job, I think, so far. The program was not in good shape when he got here. They'd only won 4 games in the previous 3 years. He inherited a roster with a lot of youth on it. Won 2 games his first year, and then in 23, his second year, they won 8 games. They went 8-3, missed the conference championship by a game, and things were really looking up. And then came back last year with a lot of those players back, and last year was disappointing. They only won 3, and if you recall, they opened against Illinois last year.
Yep.
They had Northwestern, like in Game 4. They had a real tough schedule early. Kind of got behind the 8 ball with their record, and then when they got to the games in the second half of the year, where probably they would have been the favorite, they had a ton of injuries, and so they really struggled, particularly at receiver last year. All of the first line receivers were gone by the time they got to the midway point of the year. Defense had a lot of holes as well with injuries, so that was kind of disappointing. And that was a veteran team, although a lot of them were hurt at the end of last year. So that led to the inexperience on this year's team. Now, looking at next year, of course, you just don't know who's coming back right now. But they should have, a lot more experience back at a lot of these positions, guys that have, played a lot this year that should be back for next year.
Yeah, you talk about a generational opportunity this weekend. These kids get the opportunity, the chance, even just to run out of the tunnel in Tuscaloosa in an SEC stadium. That's got to be pretty special. And when you talk about, depends on your definition of fun, I guess it really depends on what the check is, because that's what changes how fun it is. But the first week of the year this year, Dayton comes into town, and John Gruden was there to hang out and to watch that game. Did you get to meet Coach Gruden, or did you see him around, or how did that work out?
I did not meet him. He was around a lot, though. He was at one of the restaurants earlier in the day and working in the kitchen some. And I know he talked to the Eastern team before the game. I assume he probably talked to the Dayton team, too. So, yeah, he was around quite a bit, and he did some stuff on his site leading up to that game. So that was kind of cool. He's from Dayton graduate. So that was kind of the connection. And then Eastern was kind of able to take advantage of that to get him to come to the game. Plus, he knows, some of the former Eastern guys that are in and have been in the NFL too.
Yeah, Mike, how long you been doing this for Eastern Illinois?
25th year I've done football.
Wow.
And it goes longer than that. It's 35 years in basketball. So yeah, long time.
Man, okay, so I gotta ask you. Was this kind of the dream gig? Is this what you always wanted to do, just play-by-play radio stuff?
Yeah, exactly right. When I was a kid, I really liked sports, but I wasn't any good at it. I knew that pretty early on. And so I remember being in junior high thinking I either wanted to be a radio announcer in sports or a sports writer in the newspaper. And I don't know how I picked radio over newspaper. I don't remember that exactly, but yeah, from the very beginning when I went to college, that's what I wanted to do. So it's been really good, and I've gotten to go a lot of places and meet a lot of people and see a lot of things I never thought I'd, do growing up on a farm in small town Illinois.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis, that's Evan. Mike Brad, the longtime play-by-play man for Eastern Illinois University Athletics, on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Mike, are you making the trip down to Tuscaloosa? Are you already there, or will you be sticking around here?
I'm here. We travel, to every game really. Ever since we had a couple where we didn't do that back in the pandemic, but we've been able to travel consistently since. So I'm actually in Birmingham right now, but we'll be in Tuscaloosa tomorrow morning. So I'm separate from the team this weekend. They flew down, and I came down separate. We've got a basketball game on Tuesday in just north of Little Rock, Arkansas, that I've got to do. So it didn't make a lot of sense to go back home and then come back for that. So you I'm kind of turning this into a longer trip.
Yeah, nice little weekend down south out there. I'll tell you what, if you get a chance to I think In Birmingham, they have like a Negro League Baseball Hall of Fame museum, and it's incredible if you get a chance to go check it out.
Yeah, there's some neat stuff here, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. What's the weather like right now?
It's been kind of rainy today, but it's fairly warm. It was over 70 earlier. It's supposed to be 77 tomorrow. Just kind of a slight chance of rain, so a little warmer than we're used to. You know, we've had some warm days though at home lately.
Man.
All right, Mike, I'll ask you one more question, and we'll let you go because I know you are, as you just mentioned, a very busy man. You're traveling all over.
Well, enjoy that weather.
What would you consider to be a success for the Panthers coming out of tomorrow's game with Alabama? Would it be just everybody's healthy, or what's the ultimate goal?
Yeah, that would be part of it, I think, and just trying to make as good a showing as possible. I mean, they're loaded with talent. I know the coaches have said. Like I said, they played Illinois last year, and Illinois had a great season, and they won 10 games and beat an SEC team in a bowl. And he says you turn on the tape, and they're big like Illinois, but they're faster. And they always talk about the speed in the SEC, and he says that really jumps off the tape. That a guy catches a pass, and it looks like he's going to gain 10 yards, and he gains 1 because they close on him so fast. So I think playing clean, looking like a well-organized, well-coached team, I think is a lot of it. Try to prevent big plays. That's going to be hard because of the speed Alabama's got. I mean, it's a really, really difficult thing to measure, I think. This isn't even the highest-ranked team Eastern's ever played. They played an Iowa team, 15 years ago that was ranked 9th? But This certainly seems like a way better team than that Iowa team did.
Hey, knock Alabama out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
let's go.
That would do that, wouldn't it? That would be for sure.
Mike, safe travels the rest of the way. You're doing a great job. You've always done a great job, and thank you for everything that you've done for my career too, man. I really do appreciate you.
Yeah, me too.
I'll quiet over there.
I appreciate you saying that, Curtis. Proud of what you've done, and I need to keep better track of you because you show up in places I don't expect you to be. So.
Yeah, me too.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It's like
it's weird how it keeps happening, but it started with Mike helping me at EIU, and so have a great time down south, and I'll talk to you soon, sir.
Okay, thanks, Curtis.
That is longtime play-by-play man Mike Brad from Eastern Illinois University. He does a great job on the Panthers broadcast, has for many, many years. And I believe that game is on SEC Plus, and there's 2 places you can stream it tomorrow if you want to check out the Panthers. I know for sure it's on SEC Plus. Well, we've got plenty more to get to. It's Friday. We got to get to our Friday toasts here in just a few, and also our score predictions for all things Illini. But before we do that, we have to thank somebody.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to thank our fine sponsors at Busey, sir. You didn't think I was going to thank you, did you?
Well, wouldn't hurt.
Busey is honored to be consistently recognized among the best banks to work for, a true testament to their organization's unique culture. For the 10th consecutive year, Busey Associates, American Banker Magazine, and Workforce Research Group named Busey a best bank to work for. The survey and awards program IDs recognizes and honors the best places of employment among banks across the country. To determine the 2025 best banks to work for, Busey was nominated in a 2-part process. First, they were evaluated on their workplace policies, practices, and demographics. Then, the Busey Associates were surveyed on their experience, consisting of 75% of their total evaluation. Busey thanks their talented and dedicated associates for making this acknowledgement possible and fulfilling their promise to their customers and community members. From buying a home and saving for your child's education to planning for retirement and beyond, partner with Busey, named among the best banks to work for and best places to work in Illinois 10 years in a row. Call 1-800-67-BUSEY or visit Busey.com. Don't you dare say 67 over there, Evan. I can see it on your face.
I'm not saying a thing.
Or you can stop by one of the many convenient Busey locations in East Central Illinois. And we thank Busey for sponsoring the drive and helping us keep this thing rolling every single weekday afternoon. Were you about to chime in with something there? I'm always catching you now out of the corner of my eye since you've switched seats.
No, I'm behaving. I'm doing really good.
You are doing good. I'm very well behaved so far today.
Yeah, I would like to think so.
I think you're doing a good job.
I've been working hard on it.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more Illini football and basketball, maybe A little recruitment news. There was some news for Illini Hoops as well. We'll take a look at those headlines, plus our Friday toast and predictions. That's all on the way next on The Drive.
Well, I tell you what, though, A&R has been such an amazing, impactful company. Your grandfather, your dad, you've all gone through stuff. And your secret is what, John?
Well, I mean, you have to trust that you're doing the right thing, first of all. And you got to surround yourself with good people. And I think over the years, we've had some really good people that have been part of A&R. And, we owe a lot of our success, if not all of it, to those people.
Neil, you could say A&R has built a great part of Champaign-Urbana. It's about people. Can you explain the culture, why people would want to work at A&R?
We've had several families where we've gone even 3 generations. And these guys are long-term employees. They want to stay with us. And it's rewarding to know that they want to be with us. We have their backs. They have our backs. And that's a unique perspective, I think, from anybody this day and age.
I'm positive because you're such a solid company. A&R Mechanical, a thriving leader 100 years later. It's the fastest lawnmowers Dixie Chopper dedicated diesel might have a couple left, not many.
There's not very many. They're going for awesome prices. If somebody wants to make an offer on one, we're more than happy to entertain it, and if it's in the ballpark, we'll get it worked out.
Wow, that's amazing. I know somebody heard us talking and went in last week or two and was excited because of the deal he got.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, and then they picked it up, I believe, last week, and everything is good. Andy, it was a little bit dirty. It was actually one of the low-hour trades that we had, and Andy would not let that thing go out dirty, so he made them wait a couple of days so he could get it cleaned up and washed up good.
Well, somebody got a deal. I know that. There are deals to be had at Dedicated Diesel, Dixie Chopper. How would they reach you on the driving side and anything about the Dixie Chopper? They call Andy, I think.
Yep, they can call Andy at 217-328-0562.
Have a good one. Tim Onstadt.
Tim Onstadt, Gale Ferrick Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel. What's going on at OSF Healthcare, JT?
So OSF, and really over the last, I'd say 2 or 3 years, of analyzing the services that we're offering, what the need was for this community, Champaign-Urbana. Some of the services that we offer just not having a high demand for, but one in particular that stood out to us was behavioral health. It's such an underserved patient population. Most communities, most hospitals are closing behavioral health services, and so we have really leaned into the decision to expand our behavioral health capabilities here. And so that's what we're doing. We have a huge need for specialty services in Danville. So we'll, over the next 3 to 6 months, we'll have some specialist surgeons, cardiology, pulmonology that shift to that Sacred Heart campus in Danville, and then working through a huge expansion of behavioral health services here in Urbana. It's about a $13 million project to add 2 more floors. Ultimately, we'll have 40 inpatient beds for behavioral health.
JT Barnhart, President and CEO of OSF Healthcare. Diane, what's that website?
OSFHealthcare.org. Body and Soul in Savoy, celebrating 46 years of serving the community as you get up to 20% off top quality shoes and gear. The Customer Appreciation Sale starts Wednesday, November 26th from 9 to 6. Everyone's off for Thanksgiving. Black Friday, 9 to 6. Small Business Saturday, 9 to 5. Sunday, November 30th from noon to 5. And Monday, December 1st from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit Body and Soul at Route 45 and Curtis Road in Savoy. Simply the best at what they do.
The Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
Welcome back. It is The Drive on ESPN Radio 93.5. That's Curtis Allen. I am Evan Stone. Going to jump into some IHSA playoffs. We got a big one this weekend with Unity traveling all the way to St. Joseph Ogden for a rivalry. I love when you get these playoff rivalry games. Just that they're already juiced enough, and then you get a couple of teams that don't like each other, hopefully respect each other.
Oh, there's always respect, Evan Stone.
And then later on in the playoffs, too, a semifinal matchup to head to state.
Love it. Never got to experience it myself, and so I can only imagine how excited these kids are, and the coaching staff for that matter.
Yeah, no, I've never made it to the semifinals, except for...
Yes.
The year was 2003.
Oh, we don't have time for this. Oh, no.
Champaign Stallions.
Okay. You know what? We have...
no?
When you get dramatic like that. Someone who has a chance to go to the Final Four is the head coach of the Toledo Unity Rockets. Tony Reitz is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Coach, we appreciate your time. How's it going today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Well, no problem. And I know you just got done with practice. How are the players feeling today? How's the mindset going into a big game tomorrow?
Good. You know, we had a really good week of practice, and yesterday I think was about the most fun we've had at practice all season long. The kids were having a blast. Coaches were having a blast. It was just one of those, balmy, November kind of evenings, and very still, very quiet. But we were just having a lot of fun out there, and it was everything you could ask for as a coach to be still playing this time of year. And I always try to make practice the best part of a kid's day, and I think it was not only the best part of the kids' day, but I think it was the best part of all of coaches' day as well. So pretty fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a kind of a gray, wet, rainy week all week, but tomorrow at 1 o'clock we got 50 degrees and sunny, so it should be a lot of fun. You talk about some semifinal in November Illinois action. You couldn't ask for much better weather, so that should be a good time. Okay, I'm intrigued by this. Week 2, you play Monticello. You beat them 34-7. I mean, you beat them pretty good. You catch Monticello then in the playoffs. 21-20, you stop a 2-point conversion to hang on there and win the game. Week 4, you play St. Joe. You beat them pretty good, 40-10. Now you face them in the playoffs as well. How do you keep your team focused when you beat a team pretty handily in the regular season, and then you come up again in the postseason against them, and I know it creeps in your mind, man, we already beat these guys pretty good. How do you keep your team focused?
Well, I think the thing we've been preaching this week is that our goals are our goals, and it doesn't matter who's on the other sideline. I mean, of course, St. Joe, having played them, and they got a great coaching staff, so I'm sure they'll look at the film and they'll have a different plan, just like Monticello had a different plan for us back in round 2 of the playoffs. But at the end of the day, I think it's more about us than it is about them, and so we just try to perform and do the things that we do well and try to do them better. And you can't let the kids get too wrapped up in the rivalry and the proximity of us and them. It is what it is. That's uncontrollable. So we just try to focus on the things that we can control.
ESPN Radio 93.5, it is The Drive. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. And, Toledo Unity head coach Tony Reitz is on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line with us. Coach, what is the best thing about what you get to do day in and day out, especially around this time of the year in this community?
I think there's no doubt it's just being around the kids. I mean, it's fun to be around the kids all year round. I mean, the weight room and the summer stuff and even during the season. But I think what people don't realize is how much time really goes into all this. And when we get into the playoff season, we're with the kids 6 days a week, but we're with the coaching staff. We're with each other 7 days a week, and we probably, I shouldn't say probably, we definitely see each other more than we see our own families. And, we're fortunate to have, wives and kids and family members that get it and understand it and support it. And but it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I know it's cliche to say that you become a family, but as a team, but I do think that the way our program is structured and built, you really do become a family. And our coaching staff's been together for such a long time that we really do look at each other as family. I mean, we've been at each other's weddings, we've been at funerals, we've been at births, we've been at everything you can think of. It's really a pretty tight-knit group, tight-knit community. The support that we get from our 5 towns is unbelievable. Hicksville on any given Friday night or Saturday afternoon probably becomes the second or third most populous town in our district, I would guess.
That's incredible. I do want to go back just briefly to that playoff game a couple weeks ago against Monticello. Obviously, I think probably the most entertaining, fun playoff game that has happened in the IHSA playoffs this year. You stop a 2-point conversion at the end. Monticello scores late. They go for 2 at the end of the game to try and win that game. You stop it. Take us into the huddle. Take us into the conversation that the coaches are having, the things you're telling your players as you're lining up, going out to line up for defense against that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I think leading up to that play, they were out of timeouts, and on that final drive, we probably had 3 or 4 different opportunities to stop them that would have ended the game, and it didn't happen. And then down there, down at the goal line, they actually had a false start on the 1-yard line, and then tried to run a quarterback sneak, and we stuffed it. And had it not been for that false start, I don't know that they would have gotten another play off, because they would have had to spot the ball and then and spike it. And I'm pretty sure the time would have ran out before they would have had a chance to line that play up. But due to the penalty, the clock stopped, which allowed them to regroup. They marked off the penalty, and now they had third and goal from the 6. They spiked it, and now we're on to 4th down. They scored on 4th down, which was another opportunity for us to have ended the game right there. And at that point, I knew as a coach, and we had been talking about on the headsets, that, they're going to have to score, and I don't think any of us had a doubt that they were going to go for 2. And so we were just more thinking of, okay, they're going to have to score twice on us down here. And, they get the score, so they line up, and we still had some timeouts, so we called our last timeout, or I don't know if it was our second or third timeout, but we called a timeout to try to, force their hand into a different play. And I don't know if they changed the play call or if they went back to what they were originally planning, but we switched up our coverage and allowed Trey to play man, and he's just a playmaker. He came off as man and jumped the route and made the pick, and obviously the rest is history. So it was pretty awesome.
It is.
Pretty awesome experience for our kids and our community and everybody.
Coach, I don't want to get too ahead of anything. You never want to, especially when we're talking playoff stuff, but it's going to be an incredible atmosphere between both teams tomorrow. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people to check it out. But what do you know about the other side of the bracket with Richmond and Byron, the other 2 teams that are playing for a shot at a state title?
I don't know a whole lot about either of those 2 teams. The only thing I know really is, Byron has been a machine. We saw them in a title game back in 2021, and they were obviously very well coached and had a great system back then. And this particular group of kids, they've got I know won a state title a couple years ago, and a lot of those kids were starters on that team, and they're still there as seniors on this team. So I know they're well coached. I know that they've had some slugfests with some pretty big name programs up there. I mean, last week they beat IC Catholic. I know last year they took Montini down to the wire and got stopped just short on a 2-point conversion to win it. So I don't think it matters who comes out of the North. You know it. I mean, when you get to this stage of the game, I think you get to the quarterfinals and everybody's good enough to play for a state title.
Yeah.
You get to the semis and everybody's probably good enough to win a state title. And of course, if you're one of the last 2 standing, it's kind of what you have left in the tank, and how do you match up, and can you make the big plays on the biggest stage?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's a privilege. It's a wonderful opportunity to play for a state championship, no matter what. I am interested. I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions on this year. It's hosted by Illinois State. It's in Normal. In years past, it's been here at Geese Memorial Stadium at the University of Illinois. Do you have any opinions on where you'd like to see the state championships hosted?
Well, truth be told, I'm going to be kind of biased on this. I played at Illinois State, so of course Hancock Stadium has a special place in my heart. And,
there we go.
I would love nothing more than the opportunity to coach a game in that stadium. But I think you can make an argument for a lot of different venues. I mean, obviously Northern Illinois hosted it, and that's nice for the teams that are up there in the north. And as far as proximity goes and travel, things like that, I think playing it here in Champaign-Urbana at the University of Illinois is a pretty special experience for a lot of high school kids in the state of Illinois. But I will say that, when you play at a Northern or play at U of I, it does have a cavernous feel. You might have 10 or 15,000 people in the game, but it really doesn't feel like that because the stadium's so big and there's way more empty seats than there are seats filled. But and I haven't been to the state games since they've come back to Bloomington Normal, but I think that size venue probably lends itself a little bit more to the crowd size that you get. I tell our kids this, in my opinion, the best atmosphere for a high school sporting event is the quarterfinals and the semifinal games, because those are hosted by your communities, and you get the whole town there from both sides, and when they're 3 and 4 deep around the fence, it's hard to beat that atmosphere. So I look forward to these quarterfinal and semifinal rounds. You get to the state championship game, and that's a really cool experience too. But to me, the epitome of high school sports is really that quarterfinal, semifinal round. And if you're fortunate enough to play for a title, then you get to experience that, and it feels more like a college game just because of the venue and the TV timeouts and all the stuff that goes with all that.
That's awesome, and tomorrow's going to be so much fun. Just an incredible opportunity for these two towns and a fun rivalry game. Speaking of giving people props, I know we've talked about how awesome the community has been for you guys and your team. I'd love to give you a chance now to give a shout out to somebody on your team, a senior on your team, or an underclassman. Who do you think has been maybe not the one who's been spoken about the most, but who's the glue, who's been such a foundational, important piece to this team that maybe isn't getting the headlines?
Well, I think I'm gonna punt on this one and say our offensive line. I mean, I'm a former offensive lineman, and our offense is very explosive with Trey and Crew and Tyler and obviously Dane's gaudy statistics, and our defense has been lights out, and CJ's been unbelievable, and Germano's all over the field. But if you look at our offensive line, we've rushed for I don't know if we're quite over 2,000 yards, but we're in the ballpark of 2,000 yards, and I think one of the coaches said today that we now have 2 receivers that are over 1,000 yards. So that doesn't happen without the offensive line. And we've only given up 2 sacks all season long. With as much as we throw the ball, that's an impressive statistic in itself. But the fact that we've ran the ball so efficiently and we've thrown the ball so efficiently, and the offensive line has just been, rock solid in allowing our skilled guys to be able to do what they can do. And they don't get enough credit. And, of course, like I said, I'm an offensive lineman at heart, and, they never get enough credit. It's the one position in all of sports that plays the entire game with their back to the ball. So everything that they do is just so someone else on the field can have success.
Absolutely. Agree 100%. Got to give the respect up to the guys down in the dirt, the big uglies. We love it. All right, Coach, best of luck to you tomorrow against St. Joe Ogden, and you're doing a fantastic job. I think it's going to be a great day tomorrow, so enjoy yourself as well, as much as the kids are, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, that is Tolono head coach Tony Reitz on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Tomorrow, big game, Tolono Unity playing St. Joe Ogden and St. Joe. 1 o'clock start time. And the winner going on to play at Hancock Stadium on Black Friday, the 28th, next Friday.
Yep.
For a state championship in 3A. So pretty cool stuff for our local community here, man. Love it.
That's awesome. And if you look at the bracket, these two teams, just the difference in how they got here. St. Joe obviously was the 14 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the first round, they upset the 3 seed Benton. And then they go and they upset the 11 seed Roxana. And then they go and they face off against the 2 seed Vandalia.
Yep, Vandalia.
Yeah, I don't know why I just stumbled on that. Upset them, and so they've just been upset city, just riding this high.
Yeah.
And then Unity comes through, and they smash the 13 seed. They're the 4 seed in the bracket. And then they have that incredible game against Monticello where they come out on top. And then they face off against the 1 seed in the bracket, Williamsville. And the first 2 rounds, Williamsville won 53-20 and then 53-14.
Yeah, they did not in the game against Tolono.
And Tolono Unity beat them 42-7.
It was a very, very impressive win. A statement win for the Rockets.
It's unbelievable. In their first 2 games, Williamsville scored 106 points, and against Tolono they scored 7.
Yeah.
And so now here we go, the team that has upset everyone they've run into. And then Unity, which has just been a solid machine all year. And Saturday at 1 o'clock in St. Joseph, we get to see those two collide.
It's going to be a lot of fun and a little nugget for St. Joe. So they had a real tight one in the first round when they beat Benton by 3, 17-14. But they have consistently started to put points on the board since then. So it's going to be interesting because, if you look at what Tolono Unity has done throughout this year, they score a lot of points. As Coach just said, they throw the ball a lot. So it's going to be a really awesome atmosphere. If you're headed out to the game, I hope you enjoy yourself as well.
Yep.
So great. I love this time of the year, man. I love it. And I know that next Friday, whatever I'm doing is going to involve leftovers and watching either one of those 2 teams play for a state championship. At 4 o'clock, by the way, if you're going to make the trip next Friday to watch Tolono or St. Joe, it'll be the 4 o'clock game at Hancock Stadium. And they do have those on local TV. And I know we talked with Tristan about this, but we didn't have an exact answer. So I'm going to dig in and see where they're going to have the games on local television for folks as well.
Well, you can also go up a little bit earlier because regardless, at 1 p.m. on that Friday, you're going to have the 2A state championship, which will be either Maroa Forsyth or Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond, because they play tomorrow at 2 p.m. in Arthur. So you've got, whether you want to go to St. Joe or you want to head out to Arthur, you've got a couple awesome games that you can check out, and then guaranteed a local team in both those games for the state championship.
For the state championship on Friday. There you go. Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great time of the year. We're due for a break. When we come back, we'll do some Friday toast. We'll do some Illini predictions and more next on The Drive.
The fastest lawnmowers, Dixie Chopper dedicated diesel, might have a couple left, not many.
There's not very many. They're going for awesome prices. If somebody wants to make an offer on one, we're more than happy to entertain it, and if it's in the ballpark, we'll get it worked out.
Wow, that's amazing. I know somebody heard us talking and went in last week or two and was excited because of the deal he got.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, and then they picked it up, I believe, last week, and everything is good. Andy, it was a little bit dirty. It was actually one of the low-hour trades that we had, and Andy would not let that thing go out dirty, so he made them wait a couple of days so he could get it cleaned up and washed up good. So.
Well, somebody got a deal. I know that. There are deals to be had at Dedicated Diesel, Dixie Chopper. How would they reach you on the driving side and anything about the Dixie Chopper? They call Andy, I think.
Yep, they can call Andy at 217-328-0562.
Have a good one. Tim
Thank you.
Onstadt.
Tim Onstadt, Gale Ferrick Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
This week, it's the one sale pet lovers can't afford to miss. The Pets Pick Flooring event at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. First, get a free labor credit on every carpet and floor. Get a $50 labor credit for every 100 feet you buy. Get up to a $1,000 rebate on great pet-friendly carpets and floors from Shaw. Ask how you can get free accessories or area rugs from your furniture purchase. And buy it all with 2 years free financing. The Pets Pick Flooring event, going on now at Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery.
There's something special about Monaco's Pizza. Maybe it's the friendly faces that greet you like family, or the thin, crispy crust that's been a hometown favorite since 1959. Whether you're craving classic thin crust, hearty pan, gluten-free, or our one-of-a-kind point pizza, every bite feels like coming home. So grab your family, your friends, or just your appetite and make tonight a Monaco's night. Monaco's Pizza, people-pleasing people since 1959.
Drive with Curtis Allen and Evan Stone on ESPN 93.5.
It is The Drive, ESPN Radio 93.5. I'm Curtis Allen. That's Evan Stone. Thank you once again to Tolono Unity head coach Tony Reitz, who just joined us a moment ago on the Dick Van Dyke Appliance World phone line. Fun weekend ahead for local high school football, and fun weekend ahead for a lot of Illini supporters. Like us.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Full.
Mm-hmm.
Full weekend.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. What are you more looking forward to? The Illini kicking butt in basketball or the Illini kicking butt in football? What is it?
Oh, football for sure. It's Long Island.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
It's Long Island.
Listen.
What do you got against Long Island?
Their basketball team, lots of things. I'm just like, okay, this is I think this is an incredibly important game for Illini basketball in the sense of you've got some guys who have been hurt. You're trying to work back into the rotation. You're trying to get them some game minutes. We talk all the time about how game conditioning is different than life conditioning.
Oh,
you can
much.
You can do all of the conditioning you want, but until you get into a game, it's just different. And so whether that is a high-level game against Alabama or, even just one of these games you should handle business pretty easily against Long Island, it's different conditioning. So I think this game is important to get Mihajlo out there, to get Tommy and Z back out there. Mm-hmm. Or if Z needs some rest, this is a game where maybe he can take a weekend off. But the beautiful thing also is we talked about it earlier in this season, this is the true March Madness prep. Because you do Long Island today, and then Monday you do whatever UTR, GV, X, Y, and Z on Monday. So you get the 1 day turnaround prep, and that's a good practice for March Madness.
You're an equal opportunity hater on these smaller schools. I don't even call them smaller.
Am I hating, or is it just like what?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something about the Long Island University Sharks, my friend. Okay, let me tell you something. The conference they're in, which escapes me off the top of my brain right now, but the conference that they're in, they were the unanimous preseason number 1 in that conference. Okay,
I don't care.
No, you never want. I'm not trying to speak ill of any teams. Okay. But if there is a player that I always give you 1 or 2, if there is a player or 2 to watch from this Long Island team tomorrow that the offense kind of runs through, it's guard Malachi Davis. And also, I love this name. in the backcourt with him, 6'5" guard Jomo Goings. I love the name.
Jomo.
My dad he had a couple of buddies, their names were John, but for whatever reason, it's Jomo. And yeah.
What's Jomo doing? Jomo's going.
He's going to play against the Illini tomorrow. But that backcourt, that's worth keeping an eye on. That'll be a nice little challenge for the Illini as well.
Yeah, you were looking for the NEAC. That's what they're in. The NEAC.
Yeah, that's what I said, the NEAC.
The Northeast American Athletic, or the Northeast Athletic Conference.
Yeah, that's the one you bet on. Yeah.
So Long Island is in there. That's also teams that you know and love, like Central Connecticut, Lemoyne, New Haven, which New Haven is wild because I believe Penn State played at New Haven this year. Early, like one of the first games of the season, they traveled to New Haven and played. And friend of the show, Chicago State.
Yep.
Getting their teeth kicked in the NEAC. And then Wagner, St. Francis, Stonehill. Hey, baby. And then a team that we all know the name of, Fairleigh Dickinson from 2005. They were the 16 seed that lovely 2005 Fighting Illini team played in the first round.
That was, yes. I remember there being some T-shirts going around campus at that time. Take that as you will.
Yeah. This should be a simple game to get some run for some guys who need it.
Chris on the Max Twin City Recycling text line, his score prediction for Illini football: Illini 24, Bucky Badger 9. He's getting 3 field goals for Bucky tomorrow at Camp Randall. Matt on the text line talking about the IHSA playoffs and what channel the game should be on. Now, I'm assuming. Is it WEEK? Is that a thing? Week?
I could not tell you.
I can't tell if Matt's messing with me or not. Listen, Matt.
Surely
I'm a little tired.
WEEK is not a station moniker.
Maybe in Cincinnati it is. That's a radio joke. You didn't get it at all. It's okay.
Yeah, WKRP.
There. Oh, you did get it. Okay, Lindy on the text line. That 7 by Williamsville was in garbage time too. That in reference to Tolono's 42-7 win over the number 1 ranked at the time, the number 1 seed, Williamsville.
God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
That's right. It's Thanksgiving, baby. You best believe I'll have that soundbite for us next week. And also next week, we still got a Tuesday tournament to do, so I'm trying to decide how I want to.
Tuesday draft?
Tuesday draft, yeah. I said
so
tournament.
You don't know what week Peoria. Huh. Well.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
I got a satellite for that.
Do you know what we're drafting next week? You haven't figured it out yet.
I'm still thinking, ruminating. It's like smoking a turkey. You just
simmering.
You got to give it some time.
Okay.
You got to give it some love.
All right.
You would know that if you would smoke turkey.
I also think this. When we get past the holidays a little bit, I think we are going to take Lindy up on his idea, and we're going to have some of our listeners hop in for some of these drafts.
Yeah.
So if you would like to hop in on a draft with us, let us know.
Okay.
We'll start building a roster.
We can get something up on the website, too.
All of a sudden, we'll get some of you in on this hate.
What about a score prediction for Illini football?
You want to go first? Did we do score for Long Island?
We can do. Well, you know what? Go
106 to
7.
67.
There you go. Oh, you did that on purpose. He did that 6-7 on purpose.
I did. Okay.
You know what? I agree with you 100% on the score for tomorrow with the Illini versus Long Island University. Football. I am intrigued by a couple of things that we heard from Joey Wagner earlier. He talked about this Badgers defense, and it is a good defense. And Luke Fickell is still a good college coach. They're just ravaged by injuries and not a very good offense right now.
No, that's putting it politely.
So I am curious what they'll do against the Illini's offensive line, what sort of pressure they're going to send Luke's way or what types of looks they're going to give Luke. Having said that, I'm going to say 27-10 Illini. That's my prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to get a couple touchdowns. David Alano's going to get a couple of field goals.
Okay.
Feels similar to last week's game at home. I'm not going to discredit that Wisconsin defense. I think they can make a couple of plays and maybe, just maybe, make you sweat a little bit here and there tomorrow.
Yeah. I had kind of the similar feeling of last week. 24-6.
Yeah.
Coming into this weekend. Feels like kind of a similar game.
Yeah.
Up there in Madison. Here's the thing, though. Wisconsin sucks. Like they're not a good football team. And unfortunately for them, this is not a Disney movie.
Ooh.
They're not at practice this week, trying to figure some things out. We've struggled all year, and then all of a sudden, a song breaks out.
You know what song they might hear? This song. This is the song they might hear.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to hear this song.
They might hear it in their sleep.
It's funny how in Disney movies songs break out.
That is true, yeah. They're musicals.
You must be swift as the coursing river with all the force of a great typhoon.
Is that
with all the strength of a raging fire?
Oh God, what's happening?
Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Is that Pocahontas? Are you singing Pocahontas right now?
No.
No?
'Cause I'll make a man out of you.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Mulan, my man.
Oh, yeah, Mulan. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, those guys sucked at fighting. They sang a song, and all of a sudden they were good at fighting. This is not a Disney movie. This is not a Disney movie. Wisconsin sucks at football. They're not going to sing a song and all of a sudden be good at football. So, no. They are not going to win tomorrow. They got their win 2 weeks ago against Washington. That's all they needed for this season. Give me 34-6. The Illini put a beating on the Wisconsin Badgers, and they literally and figuratively